Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are, whatever you're doing. How y'all doing? It's Kaiser. And we're going to be talking a little bit more about Madam Web right now. So, where to even really begin on this one? I mean, this this movie is still very thoroughly ratioed, still sitting at 212,000 dislikes to 113,000 likes. Very much looking like not a lot of people liked this trailer or are looking forward to this movie. And we're starting to get some clarification on that. I did a video just the other day. It has taken off like gangbusters. And let me be completely honest, there has been more than enough folks out there, in the comment section saying, oh, you keep saying this is Marvel, but, it's not actually Marvel. It's not Disney. I'm like, yeah, I know, because Sony owns the rights to Spider-Man. So Sony gets to make the Spider-Man movies, and the rest of the Marvel characters get to be made by Disney Marvel. But here's the thing. It's still a Marvel property. And believe it or not, there is some profit sharing going on between Disney Marvel and Sony because Disney owns Marvel Comics outright. So anytime that Sony makes a Spider-Man movie, guess what? They have to pay Disney money to use the Spider-Man and the Marvel name. And because this is a spin-off of Spider-Man, despite the fact that we have now gotten confirmation that this is a prequel set in an alternate universe, set in a standalone world from the rest of the Spider-Man series, it is still technically a Marvel work. That's not just me saying it. That's the actual information on the ground. Sorry about your luck, but that is what we got. So it's the bad nature of the trailer has already led some people to actually ask the question, was the Madam Web spinoff trailer deliberately made to be terrible? And it really prompted a major discussion, especially whenever it came out that the news saying that, again, yeah, as I said, that this is going to be taking place in a standalone world, completely separate from any of the Marvel or Spider-Man continuities whatsoever. It kind of doesn't make sense, but then, of course, apparently there is something about Madam Web's character where she can actually access other dimensions, which, multiverse bullshit. No, we don't want any of that. But yeah, Madam Web director S.J. Clarkson reveals the timeline of the film and verifies it's an origin story in a standalone world. Yep, I already said it. More than one place is actually coming out with that information now. And the current situation on the ground with this movie, it's not looking good. It's already, we talked about yesterday I actually got into the numbers. So if you want to know the numbers on what we're looking at here, go definitely check out that video from yesterday on what we're looking at in terms of the numbers for Madam Web. But yeah, it's tracking for a worse box office opening right now than Morbius. That's absolutely bad. But really, the honest to God, like, just final nail in the coffin for all this really came today. And I started to look, I saw this story, I had read through it, and I had to do a double take because I couldn't believe what I was reading here. Dakota Johnson doesn't know if Madam Web will be any good, but she hopes she did okay. I don't, what? What? Fucking what? Yeah. Your lead actress who plays the titular character of Madam Web in this movie doesn't know if it's gonna be any good, but she hopes that she did okay. That tells me a lot about the situation with the director, and tells me that even the director probably didn't know what was going on with this absolute turd. Yeah. So let me actually just read directly from the article here and kind of tell you where my head's at. Am I blaming the actress for this? No. The actress is literally saying here, look, I'm doing the best with the that I can with what I have. I don't know if it's going to be any good, but I'm trying to do what I can to make this movie work. Yeah, so this is going to be squarely on the writers, directors, and whatnot. I mean, look, I know she's going to bear some of the blame, if her acting is really bad. But again, I think a lot of that's going to come down to the script, if it is. Because, I mean, you can give a good actor a really crappy script and just not give them any information. They'll give you the best performance they can, but they are not going to give you Shakespeare in return. So, will this be any good? It seems confident in its oddness, and Clarkson has done good work in superhero space before, and it seems to have some new ideas about how to make a Spider-Man adjacent film. Again, Spider-Man adjacent film. Good God. That Morbius didn't have. So maybe it will be cool. Or sorry, there's a question mark there. So maybe it will be cool? Why is there a question mark there? Again, it's those little subtle details that tell you that they are not even confident in what they are writing. Either way, we really don't know what to expect. And as it turns out, neither does star Dakota Johnson. Speaking with Entertainment Weekly, Johnson said that Madam Web was her first time working with such a CG-heavy movie. Quote, there's fake explosions going off and someone's going explosion and you act like there's an explosion, unquote. So she says the experience was, quote, absolutely psychotic, unquote. She added that she doesn't know if, quote, this is going to be good at all, unquote, but she hopes that she at least did a good job. Through it all, Johnson trusted Clarkson to know what she was doing and explained that the director, quote, worked so hard, unquote, and, quote, has not taken her eyes off this movie since we started, unquote. Yeah, so it definitely sounds like they're all working on this movie, but it's sounding like it's going to just turn into a giant, bomb at the box office. It doesn't seem like they're really getting anywhere with this. And it doesn't get any better whenever you consider this little tidbit that we just kind of stumbled across as well. Apparently, Madam Web will reportedly change the iconic "with great power comes great responsibility" quote to, quote, when you take responsibility, you will gain powerful abilities.
Picked the wrong week to quit sniffing glue.
I try and I try and I try to be fair as I can to some of these movies. Look, if you're going to do something in a universe that's already predetermined and preset with all of these things, these established canon, essentially, you go in and start changing things around like that, it's going to not resonate with the audience. Jesus Christ. Well, I mean, again, I suppose whenever your lineup looks like this, it's there's only so much that you can do. I mean, this just looks pathetic and ridiculous in the worst way possible. It's unfortunate too, because I mean, I feel like this is probably going to be a situation similar to Daisy Ridley, where she gets cast in a movie, in a major major franchise-ish, whatever. I guess it was supposed to be a Spider-Man franchise, but now it's not totally, completely. Well, I'm not even going to go into that. But yeah, so she's attaching her name and her likeness and all of that to this movie. She's not even sure if it's going to do well. And yeah, just like Daisy Ridley after Star Wars, I mean, she's still acting and doing stuff, but she's not had another job on the same level as Star Wars ever since. So it was really not that hard to figure that they would call her back and get her back for another Star Wars movie, as they're currently talking about with Disney. So yeah, hard to see where this is going to go, but I'll be completely honest. I think that this poor actress, if she is at least trying to turn in a decent performance with what she has, kudos on her for that. But yeah, I just don't think that audiences, let alone just the general public or anybody with two brain cells to rub together in as far as film and whatnot, has any faith that this movie is going to succeed in any way. Maybe I could be wrong. Who knows? We'll see whenever it comes out. We'll track the numbers. We'll keep an eye on it. But, that is all we've got there. This movie releases in theaters on February 14th. Let me know what you guys are thinking all down in the comments section down below. Please definitely go ahead and hit the like button. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button. I got new videos I'm trying to put out 5 days a week and have other live streams that we do periodically. But definitely subscribe. Keep an eye on the channel for more things. Hit that notification bell, and I will see you on the next video. Peace.